are so many things people think of Bogdan Bogdanovic, but most of it's complete BS. Let's break down 11 of those. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video to learn what else Bogey is proficient in on a world-class level besides basketball, and people just think he's playing. See if he's really afraid of the screaming fans in the NBA like most people assume. And finally, what's the most ridiculous fact about Bogdan that a lot of people in Belgrade, the capital of Serbia, still think is true? The 28-year-old Serbian native Bogdan Bogdanovic, who plays the shooting guard small forward position for the Atlanta Hawks, has just helped Trae Young and the squad reach the 2021 Eastern Conference Finals, only losing to the hot Milwaukee Bucks, who went on to win the NBA title. But Bogdan has always been in the shade, kind of, recently overshadowed by Trae, previously on a small market team in Sacramento, not being noticed by large audiences, and before that, in Europe. A lot of misconceptions were born on and off the court about Bogdan Bogdanovic, whether he wanted it or not. Remember to watch this until the end and hear the most talked about BS fact about it. And without further ado, we're kicking off with the number 11 BS fact about Bogdan Bogdanovic. See, everyone thinks he's a European rookie who's just come into the league out of nowhere. Did he even go to college, a high school? Was he drafted straight out of the walk in the park with his mom? He looks young and inexperienced, but we call BS. Before coming to the NBA, Bogdan has balled professionally in Europe, in his native Belgrade, and in Istanbul, Turkey. He signed his first contract while being 18 years old and has actually spent 7 years playing professionally prior to inking it with the Sacramento Kings in 2017. So if you saw him for the first time during this year's Hawks playoff run and thought, who the heck is this guy? Well, this one's for you. Bogdan Bogdanovic is definitely not your average out-of-nowhere rookie. Moving on to fact number 10, and you'll see that this one kind of stems off the previous one. Even those who know that Bogdan was already a pro in Europe, people just assume he's an average guy, that he played on some no-name teams and didn't make any noise. You know what we say about that? You guessed it, straight up BS. During Bogdan's European tenure, he actually put up a hell of a professional performance. Yeah, it's true that in his first 2 seasons as a pro, he didn't touch the ball much, but his playing time exploded later on as his role on the teams grew. How about this stat line? 30.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game in the Serbian League Finals. And how about leading them to the 13th consecutive title while earning the Finals MVP? When Bogdan played in Turkey, they won the EuroLeague playoff series and advanced to the 2015 EuroLeague Final Four, the first in the club's history. The next year, they reached the championship game only to lose in overtime. But in the third year, Bogdan Bogdanovic led his team to the EuroLeague title. Afterwards, Bogdanovic led his team to its second straight Turkish Super League Finals victory and won the Finals MVP that season too. Bogdan earned an All-EuroLeague first team and a Eurobasket All-Tournament team selection in 2017. He was selected to the EuroLeague 2010 through 2020 All-Decade team. Woo! Sounds like our guy has got a bunch of trophies on his shelf already before even coming to the NBA, am I right? Anyway, next up is our fact number 9. And coming into play is the current Utah Jazz small forward, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Bogdan's brother. Not. Or is he actually? We're hearing people think that Bogdan is not a brother, but maybe a distant cousin to Bogdan for sure. But this is total BS. Please believe us. Matter of fact, the players are not related at all. And moreover, they're even from different countries. While Bogdan is from Serbia, Bogdan proudly represents Croatia. Okay, moving on to BS fact number 8. People think it's Bogdan's first time to shine on the international scene at the Tokyo Olympics. Seriously, Bogdan Bogdanovic is already a respected world-class name in global competitions, so stick with us to learn why. Besides playing for the championship-caliber teams in Europe, he's also got an opportunity to play top-notch FIBA basketball with his national team. Starting at the junior level, Bogdan was always a part of Team Serbia. They've even reached the Final Four at the FIBA U18 European Championship, only losing to Latvia in the bronze medal game. In the next tournament, though, Team Serbia proceeded to win silver. It was at the prestigious FIBA U19 World Cup in 2011, in a crazy final battle versus Lithuania led by Jonas Valanciunas. On the senior level, Bogdan got to shine with his national team too. Eurobasket, FIBA World Cup, Summer Olympics, he has been there, done that, folks. With the help of Bogdanovic, Team Serbia has certainly emerged as a global basketball superpower, winning silver at the Eurobasket 2017, where Bogdan was the team leader, averaging 20.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 5 assists per game while shooting 47.4%. More recently, Team Serbia finished 5th at the 2019 FIBA World Cup, where Bogdan clocked in tournament averages of 22, 4, and 4 while shooting over 50% both from the field and from behind the arc. The Serbian sniper was selected to the FIBA Basketball World Cup All-Tournament team, and with his 183 points scored throughout the tournament, Bogdan was the World Cup top scorer in total points scored. Before we give you the number 6 BS fact, don't forget you gotta watch till the end because we'll be unveiling the most ridiculous thing people think about Bogdan. But while we're at it, peep this. Why do most people think he's the most famous guy in his family? And surely the best known Bogdanovic in his country, right? We've approached some Serbians and they say it's BS. In fact, he's not even the most famous Bogdan Bogdanovic in his family. Yeah, you heard that right. Bogdan's got a relative that he shares the same name with. The other Bogdan is the late Serbian and Yugoslav architect, urbanist, and essayist who died in 2010. He was a famous activist who even served as a mayor of Belgrade. Bogdan Bogdanovic, we mean the relative, was best known for designing World War II monuments and memorials built all over Yugoslavia. In particular, the beautiful concrete sculpture titled Stone Flower near the site of Jasenovac concentration camp gained international attention. Alright, after that little tidbit, let's get back to basketball now with our fact number 6. You guys ready? Here's some BS for you. Bogdan Bogdanovic went undrafted and the Sacramento Kings only picked him up from Europe in 2017. Stop it. Bogdanovic was drafted for sure on June 26, 2014.
The Phoenix Suns select Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, he didn't get a high pick, just the 27th overall, but Adam Silver legit called his name in the Barclays Center as Bogdan was selected by the Phoenix Suns. That fateful draft night happened while Bogdanovic was still playing in Belgrade, and he stayed in Europe after that as well. On June 23, 2016, on the night of the 2016 NBA Draft, the Suns traded his rights to the Sacramento Kings in a multiplayer deal. Alright, coming in at number 5 is our next BS fact. Do you think you could tell it's not true if you'd heard it first, and would you be able to tell why? People say Bogdanovic was lost among the rookie class when he came into the NBA in 2017. Not much was heard about him during his first year with Sacramento, and he only got some spotlight recently with the Atlanta Hawks. Well, that's totally not true, and here's why. Bogdan was actually selected as a member of Team World for the 2018 Rising Stars Challenge during All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles. What's more, he even led Team World to a 155-124 win over Team USA, scoring 26 points, dishing out 6 assists, and grabbing 4 rebounds while shooting 7 of 13 from the three-point line. And he was named MVP of the game. So how do you feel now about that quiet rookie year thing, huh? On to fact 4 now, let's go. Some people say, alright, Bogdan might have been on the rookie team, but his numbers have definitely declined because he's just not built for the NBA. And we say, B to the S. The actual reason behind Bogdan's slower start to his sophomore season was that the previous summer, he had his left knee scanned with an MRI, and the procedure revealed a slight tear of the medial meniscus. Bogdanovic underwent a meniscus debridement surgery in order to fully recover his left knee. In his sophomore season, Bogey really missed the first 10 games as he was rehabbing from the surgery, and mainly played the role of the sixth man with the Kings, leading the second unit. Nevertheless, he managed to average career highs of 14.1 points, 3.8 assists, and 3.5 rebounds that year. His numbers kept steadily climbing, up from 11.8 points per game his rookie year. And what happened after that, you might say? Well, his numbers only went up yet again, 15.1 points per game in the next season and 16.4 in this last one. Eat this, haters! And we're finally down to the last 3 BS facts about Bogdan Bogdanovic that everyone thinks are true. Remember to stick to the end to hear the BS fact number 1 that everyone's still talking about in Serbia and beyond. At number 3, though, is Bogdan's hobby, the video games. We see lots of people think he plays occasionally to kill his spare time, when in fact, how cool is this? Bogdanovic is not just a world-class player on the basketball court, but also a world-class gamer, a fan of the World of Warcraft and very well known in the gaming community. Bogdan says he played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day when he first joined Twitter, and he even shows the username Leader of Horde, which he still uses today, and says he doesn't want to change it anymore. The World of Warcraft official Twitter account tweeted at Bogey to congratulate him for winning the Rising Stars Challenge MVP, telling him, "Nice legendary drop tonight, for the Horde." Bogdan replied with a famous quote for the game, "My life for the Horde." Now for BS fact number 2, let's see what we got. There's a rumor going around that Bogdan Bogdanovic doesn't like the local fans in the United States, that they always seem like crazy and he's always afraid that they'll distract him from the game. Now this one is totally ridiculous. Bogey is cut from Eurocloth, man, remember that. In one of his interviews, he recalled playing Panathinaikos in their home arena where the fans would point a green laser in his eyes. In other games, he said he was getting hit by coins or lighters when shooting free throws. Bogdan admitted that it was super tough to shoot like that and said there's no such thing in the NBA, and he's surely prepared and not afraid of large screaming crowds. It's all about confidence, it's mental. So say what you say, Bogey is definitely a tough guy. And drum roll please for our BS fact number 1. What is the dumbest thing about Bogdan people think is true? Let me take you back to the summer of 2014. Bogdanovic is being transferred from Partizan to Fenerbahce. It was the player's decision to leave the club, but it was publicly criticized by Partizan's head coach, who claimed that by leaving in 2014, Bogdanovic broke their verbal agreement the coach had struck with the player, along with Bogdanovic's agent and his parents 2 years earlier in 2012. Their 2012 agreement, according to the coach, saw then 20-year-old Bogdanovic be placed immediately into Partizan's first-team rotation in return for the player's promise he would stay with the team 3 more seasons from that point on. Bogdanovic left the club in the summer of 2014, 2 years after the supposed agreement, following Partizan's failure to qualify for the next season's EuroLeague. A lot of people, especially in Belgrade, are still mad and think that Bogdan broke the verbal agreement with the coach. But here's the deal. We're calling BS on this one, and here's why. First off, Bogdan fully deserved to be placed in rotation. He was an exceptional player even for his age. Secondly, basketball is business, man, and players, along with their agents, can make any decision they want given their official contract allows. And lastly, even if such a verbal agreement had taken place, there's no point of bringing it out for public discussion. Chill out, coach. So what do you guys think? Which of these facts do you call BS too? Or maybe you still think some of them are true? Let us know in the comments. And of course, if you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more content.